Hello guys, welcome to my new video. I'm going to start posting videos, and obviously as you can see, I'm starting off with the top 10 of the top 10 comic book villains. I'm planning on starting to do more top 10s every day, so I'm going to try and fit in school and all that kind of stuff with doing my videos. I want more subscribers. I made a YouTube channel about a year ago, but no one's really caught on. So, this will be a top 10 of my personal favorite villains, and if you don't agree with it, leave a comment on what's your top 10, and hopefully you'll like my list and subscribe. Now, number 10 for me is the Riddler. Now, I've always loved Batman villains, and you should see some Batman villains on here. The Riddler has always been one of my favorites, especially in the animated series, which a lot of Batman villains are, because I'm only 14, so that's about most I've seen. I also like Jim Carrey's performance as Riddler and Batman Forever, but that's just me. Some people didn't like the movie almost as much as people didn't like Batman and Robin, which, give it due credit, that movie does suck. But the Riddler's always been one of my favorite villains. I've always loved doing riddles also, so he is my number 10 for this list. Now, my number 9 is Dr. Octavius, or Dr. Octopus. Now again, Spider-Man the Animated Series was always one of my favorite series growing up, and he is definitely my favorite character in the Spider-Man franchise, as in movie-wise. He was so well done in the second movie, in my opinion, and the fact that I got to see him on the live screen just made it all the more wow. Now, coming in at number 8, as you'll see in a second, we have another Spider-Man villain, and his name is Venom. Venom has been a personal favorite of everyone's I've come across, and I can definitely see why. I feel like he was a little miscast in the third movie, but a lot of people hated that movie anyway. Venom's always been big, strong. I've always loved his design, the way his tongue, flashes out, the razor sharp teeth. I mean, what else could you say about him that's not already been said? He's a beast. He is the best Spider-Man villain, in my opinion, and I wouldn't change that ever. Now, with one exception, Venom used to not be my favorite at all. That is my only exception to this, because Venom, I don't know why, I never liked how his tongue always flashed down at me. I felt kind of weird and creeped out by that. But number 7 is going to be another Batman villain, as you'll see soon, Harley Quinn. Now, Harley Quinn is one of those underrated villains for me that has always been underrated, and I just love her personality. She's so misguided, I guess you could say. In the 4th season, her origin story, I thought that was some of the best episodes in that season. That was just great. The way it showed her and Joker in their relationship, my God. And she's also very funny and spunky. She's one of the comic reliefs in the Batman animated series, which I love to death. I love that series so much. You'll be seeing some more Batman villains. Sorry if you're not a fan of Batman. But yeah, remember, this is my list, so you don't have to agree with it. But Harley definitely is one of the top villains for me. Another underrated villain. So, yeah, Harley Quinn is your number 7. Now, number 6, most people will probably think I put him low on this list, is Magneto. Magneto is one of my favorite Marvel characters, not just a villain. And I honestly haven't seen most of the X-Men movies. I mostly like Magneto from comics and the TV show. Man, a lot of these have been from TV shows. I just realized that. But not much more to say. I've always liked his ability to control metal, and how he's pretty much the only one that can defeat Wolverine. I find that very cool. So yeah, he's number 6. And now Deathstroke, or if you know him as Slade from Teen Titans, at number 5. He's just interesting. I don't know much about him. I've read up on him lately. He seems like a pretty cool villain. I watched a death battle with him in it. It was him versus Deadpool, which I don't think was fair, but you can go check that out at screwtech.com. So, Slade was always my favorite villain in the Teen Titans series, not Teen Titans Go, because that series is honestly stupid to me. So yes, Slade slash Deathstroke is your number 5. Now, number 4, Bane. Many people have Bane on their top villains list, and who could blame him? He's a giant, hulking brute who is full of power, and I've always wanted to know what the heck's in those tubes that are plugged into his back. Or if you're looking at the new version, just it looks like he just has a weird oxygen tank. But I love his voice in the new movie. The new movie with him in it is just amazing. And I love doing his voice, as you can see. And Bane has always been one of my favorite Batman villains, so he's number 4. Number 3 is Mantis. Now, Aquaman and Aquaman villains are definitely underrated. Aquaman is one of my favorite superheroes. I don't get why everyone hates on him so much, and Mantis is definitely part of that. Mantis has always had a cool design, in my opinion, that I don't know really what to call it. I guess you could call it some kind of dark fisherman. I've always liked dark stuff, and the way that he's just presented against Aquaman has always been one of my favorite villains. Now, number 2 is a tie between two people because I couldn't leave him off the list. It's Baby Doll and Loki. Now, Baby Doll, oh my gosh, she has my second favorite episode in the Batman animated series. Her backstory is just so depressing and dark, and I love that kind of stuff, and it's so well put together, and I could honestly kind of relate to her, because at times I feel that small and want to live inside that world of hers. So she's such a relatable character. And then you have Loki. Every Marvel fangirl's dreamboat. I don't get what's so attractive about this guy, I really don't, but I love his costume. His costume with those giant horns and stuff, and his staff and his cape. He just looks like a complete and total badass. And he's the god of mischief, and I love messing with people, so that's definitely another part of that. So those are my two, or those are tied for second. Now, number 1 is the Joker, as most people have on their top. Joker is definitely my favorite Batman villain. And everything he's in, he is great. He is absolutely great. He probably could have made Batman and Robin better, even. Oh, gosh. I honestly like the Jack Nicholson performance better than the Heath Ledger. I think I messed up that name, but yeah. I like the Batman performance better than the Dark Knight performance. I don't know why. It just seems like more of the Joker I know in the Batman movie than Dark Knight. And him in the animated series, oh gosh. My favorite episode is when he has a funeral for Batman, and I'm going to continue talking for a bit. And he has a funeral for him, and he said my favorite line in all of comics. You'll have to check that out. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll try to make more videos later. See you soon.